Okay, we're gonna start by going over a couple of these GIS websites. We'll start with there are so many, so we're just gonna start with Greenville County. Okay. The website here is a government website. Now you can get to this through our portal. Uh, when you go into a project, if you already have the address entered for the project, um, like we'll look at this one, and we already have the zip code and the county in, so it will actually take you to the GIS website for Spartanburg County and one data map. Actually, that's probably right. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. The one map. Uh-huh. So that's one way to get to them, and each county is different. So if you have the Greenville County is going to be different than Spartanburg. So this is all the different counties. So this is our state here. One of the three states we cover. We actually cover this area up here that you're seeing. Coney, Pickens, Greenville, Spartanburg, Cherokee, York, a little bit of Union, Lawrence, Anderson, Abbeville. We cover all of these counties. So any property that's inside of that is going to be inside of this county's GIS website. So when we get a customer that calls in and they're in Greenville County, we have to go to this map here. Now, you can find them through that portal, or you can also just find them by typing in Greenville County GIS, and it's going to come up. In Greenville Maps is system error. Of course, they're having trouble right now because of all the storms. We're in the middle of an ice storm right now. Okay, so once you get onto the site, you are going to have a list of tools here. Okay, and you see it's giving you what's highlighted here. This is the area it covers. Now, each property is got several different ways you can find it. Okay, so when we hit search, and then we're here, it says all fields. These are all the different things you can put in to find a property. All right. So the first one, we're going to go with an address, 18 Sunriff Court. See, it pops up as soon as we get it. And there's where we go. There, see, it takes us right to the property. Now, once we get here, we see the details. All right, we have to hit identify. Because right now it's just showing us, we searched it and it's showing us where our search result is. So we back out of that, we hit identify, and we click on it. Now it's going to give us some details here. Now in this corner here, you see this is my house. This is me and my wife. That's where we live. It gives us everything on the left-hand side that we need to know. Now the other thing is property identification number or tax map number. So what they do is they divide every property into a parcel or identification number or a tax map, and that's how they decide, who owes what taxes. That's when I go down to pay my money each year on how much I owe the government for owning property in this county, this is the number they're looking for. We can also use this number to find properties. It's probably the most reliable way if we have it, just a lot of people don't know. No features. Yeah. Well, guess not. All right. So, God help us. In detail. But when we're looking for the things to fill out the pricing sheet, that information is not going to be on here. You have to actually calculate it yourself. Each one of these GIS websites will have a set of tools. All right, here we see the tools are. Click this and then hit measure, and you'll have to measure the distance around this parcel. That's how we get the, okay, and then it shows you right here how many feet it is around the parcel. And then if we want to know the road frontage, we simply will have to measure again from here to here, and it's 40 something feet. So it's not going to be something that it actually just gives you in the GIS portal. There's not going to be a number there for that. Sometimes the acreage might be. On this one, I believe it will be in here. You search on the side, you may find the acreage here, but it's not even available on this one. So same deal, you have to go over here to the tools and hit measure and change it from distance to area. And then there you go, it gives you 0.04 acres. We can change that to square feet, but we always want to use acres. That's our traditional unit of measurement. Okay. So everything on that pricing sheet we can find on this website. So go to our response form. Okay. Now, if it's say we're doing our 18 Sunroof Court underscore. Here we go. The distance around the perimeter. I'll go do it again. So we'll go. We have found our property. Let's just start over. We can go from the beginning. All right. We'll get logged into the website here. We're going to search. I'm gonna hit 18 Sunroof Court. It comes up. Takes us to it. Identifies the property. That's it. So we'll click out of that. We'll hit identify. Click that location, and then hit details. It gives us our information. All right. Now we know we need, the first thing is the distance around the perimeter. So we'll go to our tools and we'll measure. And this little white line represents the boundary of what I own. Okay. Go around it. And we get 237 feet. Are the deeds and plats available online? That's something we've got to figure out also. So we'll go back, we'll hit identify. Wrong one. And with details. And here we can see the deeds and plats are highlighted in blue. So that means that we can find these online. We just want to click on them and make sure they come up. And there you have it. So that one's available online. So yes, that's answer is yes. No, close that out. Yes. How many acres is the property? Same thing. We'll have to go in here and use the measure tool. Click it over to acre or to area, and we will grab that. And it's 0.05 this time. Just depends a little bit how we click it. Okay. How many structures are on the property? Now this is one that it's a little harder to determine, but you're just going to give it your best guess. If you look on the property from the aerial photo, and you see there's a house on this one, so there's one structure. Once again, you're looking at this for, is it wooded? There's no woods on the property, so you can just put 0. When was the last survey? We got that pulled up already, but where you find that is going to be, you identify. You're going to have your, this was the survey here, and you see this where it says deed date. That's going to be the last time it was deeded. That's when we bought it. You'll pull this plat up, and see that was done in 2022. This last one was done in 2022. Go back and slow down and see. On here, they're going to be in different places, right? You just got to look for it. This one was filed in 2022. So you see where I'm right here where the yellow dot is. That's how I determine that. Okay. Are there any encroachments mentioned in the survey? We have to just look and see. So an encroachment is when somebody builds something on somebody else's property. And this one is, you have to find the actual lot. Okay. And this is us here. You see there's no encroachments listed. So no. Nope. And the next question is, how many feet of road do we need to locate? That's another one. We're just going to have to hit the tools and the measure. Grab it by the foot. We have to locate about 50 foot of road. That's it. Not much. Okay. How many feet of creek? There's no creek on this property. Elevation difference. This being a townhome lot and being mostly a building, it's always going to be 0. It's all there's a townhome lot. It's always going to be 0. Is it in a flood zone? The answer to that is no. We'll show you how to find that. So in these, everything is done in layers, and you'll find here maps and layers. Okay, go back to that up top, maps, layers. Now here's your map layers. This is where you're going to find your flood zone, and then it's determined by the Federal Emergency Management Association, which is FEMA. So you'll always look for FEMA. It'll say FEMA or floodplain or something like that. And then you just click on it and you hit flood zone, cross sections, base flood. These 2 letters here. And you'll see there's no flood zone in this area. If nothing highlights, then that means you're good to go. Show you what a flood zone actually looks like. We find. See this when this comes up, all this blue. That's when you know you're in a flood zone. If your property you're researching has that on it. So nope. Very special zones labeled on GIS. So this is kind of ambiguous. Probably just going to take that off of there. But no, there's nothing special about this property. That applies to certain areas we go. It's not a junkyard. A junkyard is just like where everybody brings their trash. And then you just find out how far away it is from the job. You can do that in the portal, or you can just go in and simply type in here 18 Sunroof Court rear, and then get this directions. And location is always going to be 719 East Poinsett Street, Greer, South Carolina. I'll write that down, put it somewhere, but that's our office. So we know that this is 11 minutes or 4 miles away. It's 11 minutes, 4 miles. That's it. That's done. Okay. So now that's a pretty easy one. Uh, and this website is really easy to work. Okay. So now let's do something more difficult, but we'll do that on a separate video. Let me upload this short one first, and then we'll go from there.